Today has been phenomenal, and it's more than just lead K, it is lead OK.
I'm so inspired today. This workshop was phenomenal, and the one thing that truly gave me an inspiration in just being here is knowing that this is home for me. Being in an environment where I have communication access. I work with a lot of hearing individuals as an administrator for the district, and they're very supportive. They accommodate me, they provide everything that I need, but there's just that one small aspect is knowing that I have total access to communication. There was multiple interpreters in every angle that I turned. They gave me a sense of calmness, it gave me a sense of peace, it gave me a sense of knowing that I have the confidence to be able to have a voice and express myself. And I think that I can say that that's the same thing for the children that we serve. And just knowing that that's a connection that we need to make to be sure that our children are having that same peace when they come to school.